Japan is known for its refined culture, but do we really know everything about this country? Today we're going to explore another side of Japan, a Japan that's not just about sushi or cherry blossoms, but also contains bizarre stories and unbelievable phenomena that most people don't know. Is Japan really a place full of perverts and deviants? Stick around to find out some shocking and intriguing facts about Japanese society that you've never heard of before. Although Japan is a developed country with a civilized culture, it also has its share of strange and disturbing phenomena. One of the things worth noting is the existence of kink culture, where certain sexual needs are considered normal. For instance, many Japanese people visit maid cafes, where female servers dress as maids and perform suggestive actions. This is part of a broader kink culture in Japan, although it's not openly discussed and is often seen as a private indulgence. Maid cafes are particularly popular among men who enjoy the fantasy element and the personalized attention they receive from the maids. Beyond maid cafes, there are also numerous adult stores and themed cafes that cater to various fetishes and fantasies. Cosplay events are another aspect of this culture where individuals dress up as characters from anime, manga, and video games, often with a sexualized twist. The nightlife in Tokyo also reflects this kink culture, with themed bars and clubs offering unique experiences that cater to specific tastes. Private karaoke rooms are another popular venue, where groups can enjoy a more intimate and personalized entertainment experience. Akihabara, known as the center of otaku culture, is filled with shops and venues that cater to these niche interests, making it a hotspot for those seeking unique experiences. While these aspects of Japanese culture may seem unusual to outsiders, they are an integral part of the country's diverse and multifaceted society. In Japan, there are some bars and services known as host services, where customers can pay to have conversations or even go on dates with male hosts, who will create a sense of intimacy with the customer. These services sometimes involve emotional or sexual needs, especially in areas like Kabukicho, the famous red light district in Tokyo. These establishments are far from ordinary bars, offering a different kind of experience that blurs the lines between entertainment and intimacy. Host clubs are often lavishly decorated, creating an atmosphere of luxury and exclusivity. Customers are greeted warmly and treated like VIPs. The hosts are trained to be charming and attentive, often engaging in lighthearted banter and making sure the customers feel special. However, this experience comes at a price. Drinks and services can be quite expensive, with some customers spending large sums of money in a single night. Host clubs also host special events and themed nights, adding an extra layer of excitement and variety to the experience. Kabukicho itself is a bustling area filled with neon lights and a vibrant nightlife, making it a popular destination for those seeking unique entertainment options. While host services may seem unusual to some, they are an integral part of Japan's diverse and dynamic nightlife culture. A peculiar phenomenon in Japan is the rent-a-family service, where people, often those feeling lonely or lacking a family, can rent a family to attend social events, go on trips, or simply experience warmth in a family setting. While this service is not sexual, it reflects the disturbing level of loneliness in modern Japanese society. With millions of people affected, this service has become more popular, highlighting a hidden social issue in Japan. The process involves filling out detailed forms to match clients with suitable family members, and actors are often hired to play the roles of parents, siblings, or even spouses. Many clients express gratitude, stating that these rented families provide emotional support and companionship. Experts argue that while this service addresses immediate emotional needs, it also underscores the need for deeper societal changes to combat isolation. Government initiatives and community support programs are being developed to tackle this growing issue. Ultimately, the goal is to help individuals find real connections and build genuine relationships. A disturbing phenomenon in Japan is the increasing number of sexual offenses on public transportation, especially chikan, the act of molesting others on trains. Despite Japan's reputation for safety, chikan remains a common crime, with many incidents involving women as victims. These crimes are often caught by security cameras, but the prevalence of such incidents points to a darker issue in Japanese society. Authorities have increased efforts to combat chikan, with more police patrols and undercover officers on trains. Additionally, Women-only train cars have been introduced during peak hours to provide a safer environment for female commuters. Public awareness campaigns and educational programs aim to inform the public about the seriousness of these offenses and encourage reporting. Legal measures have also been strengthened, with harsher penalties for offenders to deter such behavior. Support services for victims, including counseling and hotlines, are available to help those affected by Chikan. While progress is being made, the fight against Chikan continues, requiring ongoing efforts from both authorities and the public. Hikikomori refers to a phenomenon where young people, mostly men, withdraw from society and live in complete isolation for years, sometimes without working or attending school. This is a serious social issue in Japan, with millions of people affected. Experts believe this is caused by the extreme pressure placed on individuals in both educational and work environments, which leads them to isolate themselves from society. The impact on families is profound, as parents and siblings often struggle to understand and help their loved ones. Various support systems, including counseling and community programs, have been established to address this issue. The educational system in Japan is highly competitive, with immense pressure to succeed academically. In the workplace, long hours and high expectations contribute to stress and burnout. Addressing hikikomori requires a multifaceted approach, including reducing societal pressures and promoting mental well-being. With continued efforts, there is hope for those affected to reintegrate into society and lead fulfilling lives. In Japan's kink culture, one controversial trend is rape play, a sexual role play involving simulated rape. While it's part of the broader kink community, it has been heavily criticized both inside and outside of Japan. Even though it's not actual rape, rape play remains a sensitive and controversial topic in Japanese society, often sparking debates about consent and boundaries. Critics argue that it can trivialize the trauma of real sexual assault victims, and there are ongoing efforts to educate people about the importance of consent and the potential harm of such practices. Legally, rape play exists in a gray area, as it involves consensual adults but mimics a criminal act. Activists continue to push for clearer regulations and greater public awareness to protect vulnerable individuals. Support groups and counseling services are also available for those affected by the psychological impacts of such role plays. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that all participants are fully informed and consensual, promoting a culture of respect and safety within the kink community. In the Shitamachi area, a historic part of Tokyo, you can still find remnants of old Tokyo life. This area is known for its traditional crafts, family-run shops, and a sense of community that harks back to earlier times. However, beneath this charming exterior, there still exist illicit services like the toilet girls, women who work in public restrooms where customers can pay for private sexual services. This is an illegal practice, but it's still quietly maintained in certain corners of Japanese society. The Shitamachi area, with its mix of old and new, provides a unique backdrop for these underground activities. This is one of the underground aspects of Japan's complex social fabric that many people outside the country may not be aware of. The juxtaposition of tradition and modernity in Shitamachi highlights the multifaceted nature of Tokyo's urban landscape. Japan has a well-developed sex industry, offering a wide variety of services from massage parlors to host clubs, where people pay for emotional or sexual experiences. Although this industry is tightly regulated, it reflects the sexual needs and desires of a portion of the population. Many individuals turn to these services due to loneliness or a desire for a discreet sexual encounter. The sex industry in Japan has deep historical roots, dating back to the Edo period when red light districts were officially sanctioned. Today, areas like Kabukicho in Tokyo are famous for their vibrant nightlife and numerous adult entertainment options. The government enforces strict regulations to ensure the safety and legality of these operations. Regular inspections and compliance checks are conducted to prevent illegal activities and protect workers' rights. Additionally, support centers provide counseling and resources to help sex workers navigate their profession safely. Despite the stigma, the sex industry remains an integral part of Japan's urban culture, catering to diverse needs and desires. Japan is not only a country famous for its modern development and unique culture, but it also holds many strange and sometimes disturbing phenomena. However, these issues represent only a small part of a much more complex society. Japan, like any country, has its own set of hidden problems that need to be addressed, but it also offers much more than just the darker side of life. If you want to explore more about Japan through real-life experiences, don't forget to check out the tours offered by Viator, Get Your Guide, and G Adventures in the description below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next video.